the second solo of the Traveling Wilburys, Handle with Care. And I'm just piecing this out this morning, so I'm gonna just play little bits of it and play them. Well, so, yeah, I would probably play that at the 15th fret of the B string. So it's from the 12th to the 15th on the B, and then from the 13th to the 15th. And that's all just one pick stroke. There, slide up, and then back down, and then pick on the G string. I guess it'd be a good time to remind people that I'm doing a lot of muting with the right hand. I'm playing all this with, I think, index and middle fingers, and then I'm using my side of my thumb to mute all those bass strings. I'm actually got my ring finger on my right hand on the E string to keep it from resonating too. Okay, so then that's pretty cool. So then again, you do two notes at the 12th fret, G string, and then slide to the 15th fret of the B, and then the 14th fret of the high E. And then the next phrase is going to be, so 12, 12, 15, and then 14 on the high E string. And one nice thing to do when you're going to vibrato a note like that is, he hits it dead on, is that once you've got the note, after you articulate the note, then take the finger off behind the damping behind the string. So you'll notice I've got these fingers, my index finger and my middle finger a little bit behind the slide. And then when I sustain a note and vibrato it, I'll take it off to get the resonance on either side of the slide. And he just nails it. And then 12, 14, 15 on the high E string, 12th fret on the B string. It sounds almost like when he plays that G on the 15th fret, it's almost like the slide gets pushed down and it actually gets fretted, the way that note sounds. But I don't think that you need to get all that crazy about that, but so sorry. A little bit sharp on that. There you go. What happens next? There's that. So this, I think, is, I looked at a couple different ways to do this. I think the easiest way to do this is way up here on the, what is that, 17th frets? So then you end up moving over to the D and G string. So you play the D string on the 17th fret, and then the G string on the 17th fret, and then from 15 to 17 on the B string. So you'll notice I'm like use my thumb on the D string and then my index finger on the G and then my middle finger on the B so I can control which one's resonating. Because he doesn't get a chord out of it, it's one note at a time. You could also, so that's how, it's easy because first of all, you're playing a bunch of notes at the same fret, which is always nice with the slide. And then when you do the slide, because you're up on the higher frets, you don't have to move as far. So it's nice that way. You could also try to do this one from there. But that's a harder move because you have to move slide back and forth from the 12th to the 13th fret. So I don't think I would go that direction. And lastly, if you really wanted to, you could also go do it down on the B and E, which actually he might be doing. But because of that, to me, sounds the best. Is way up there at 17 and 15. What does he play right out of that? I can't remember. Okay, that sounds really cool if you do the full slide. So, all the way up there. And if you want, you can continue that slide on the B string. All the notes on the B string. So it's like, let's see here. 17, 19, 20, 15, 12, 5. You could also do that. It's just a slightly easier move, I think, to do after this part. Back to the E string, 12, 14, 15, and then 10 on the E string, and then 12 on the B string, and then 5 on the B string. That's a little bit tricky, but it's nice with that big slide. Actually, what was I thinking? It's probably this. Right there to the B string. So 12, 14, 15 on the high E string, 15, 12, 5 on the B string. I like it. And then, oh yeah. And that's just 13 on the B string, 12 on the B string, and 12 on the G string. And you can hear on that big slide, he comes off it. So you could play it at the 9th fret of the G string too. But you have to do some trickier right hand reading that way. So you could slick it up that way. That's it. 15, 12, 5. All right, have fun.